This week I'm teaming up with some of my YouTube friends to bring you sweet and savoury pumpkin recipes for the fall and holiday season. I am collaborating with Joanne from 15 Spatulas and Dijon from Honeysuckle Catering. And if you haven't already done so, I strongly urge you to go check out their channels because I know you're going to like them as much as I do. My contribution to this collaboration is a pumpkin bread pudding with pecan praline sauce. So let's get baking. For the pumpkin bread pudding, we're going to start out by making the custard. One thing I love about this recipe is that you make a cold custard, so all you have to do is mix all of the ingredients together in a bowl. In a large bowl, crack in your eggs. Add in your brown sugar and then whisk these together. To this, we're going to add in our cream and milk. To give our bread pudding great flavour, we add in pumpkin pie spice. If you can't buy pumpkin pie spice, then you can actually make your own, and I'm going to put the recipe for it in the description box below. Add in some lovely vanilla extract, salt to enhance all the lovely flavours, and of course, the most important ingredient in this recipe, pumpkin. And then simply whisk all of these ingredients together. Lastly, drizzle in your room temperature butter and whisk so it doesn't set on top of your mix. Kind of smells like Thanksgiving Day. Perfect, this looks great. Do you see how simple that is? Now that this is done, we're going to set it aside and get started on our bread. The bread that I'm using is day-old challah, but you can use brioche, croissants, white bread. Don't use anything too yeasty, like I wouldn't recommend a sourdough, but anything enriched and buttery is going to work really well. And then simply we're going to cut big thick slices and then cut those into cubes. When I worked as a pastry chef, we would always take the croissants from the morning and then use them that evening for bread pudding, and they worked so well. Always use day-old bread when making bread pudding because it soaks up the custard so much better. Once your bread is cubed, put it straight into your custard. To my bread pudding, I'm also adding in toasted pecans. It gives the pudding really good flavour and great texture. And of course, a bread pudding would not be complete without raisins. These are a lovely addition and they plump up really big once it's baked. And then simply mix it all together. Once your bread pudding is mixed, I actually like to let it sit for around half an hour and let the custard soak into the bread and let all the flavours marry together. So you can put it in the fridge and you can actually leave it overnight and bake it off the next day. My recent trip to New York and the northeast of the United States really inspired me for this pumpkin collaboration. I found these pumpkin treats and pumpkins of all sizes, shapes and designs. I even visited the largest pumpkin festival that featured more than 20,000 lit jack-o'-lanterns. If you want to see more of my adventures, then give this video a thumbs up. Our bread pudding has soaked, our oven is on, so now it's time to prepare the dish. I'm using a cast iron skillet, but you can use any baking dish. Butter your dish really well because bread pudding does have a tendency to stick. Then just pour in your bread pudding. It might not look like much now, but it will soon. This is a great recipe for when you're busy over the holidays because it can be made the day before and you can have it for breakfast, brunch or dessert. Our oven is preheated to 350 degrees and this guy is ready to go in. It looks great. Bake your bread pudding at 350 degrees for about 1 hour. While your pudding is baking, go ahead and make your pecan praline sauce. Now you already know how to make this sauce because it's the same that I used in baked pumpkin cheesecake. I'm going to put a link in the description box below for that video. Our timer's gone off, so let's check on our bread pudding. Our bread pudding looks gorgeous. I'm going to set it aside, let it cool down a little bit, and then we're going to get eating. It's almost time to taste, but first we have to decorate. Generously drizzle over your pecan praline sauce. I like to serve mine with whipped cream since it goes really well with the sweet pudding, and then top it off with more toasted pecans on top. It's such a comforting dish and great for the holidays. And as you know, the proof is in the pudding, so let's try this guy. This is absolutely gorgeous. Yum. Make sure to watch the other great pumpkin recipes in this collaboration. I know you're going to love them. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you back here again next Thursday for more bigger, bolder baking.